There is nothing I can talk about the life of our famous actor Junior Pope that has not been talked about. If you want the details of what has happened to him, who he is, his family, wife, children, how he died, all these details is out there on internet. However, in light of celebration of fatherhood in the month of June, I would like to bring him in, his legacy and the life lesson we could learn. Hi, my name is Stella Luka. I am so passionate about family, relationship dynamics, and life lessons. So in today's video, we are going to briefly talk about the legacy of our famous actor Junior Pope and the life lesson we can pick from what happened to him and some of the life skills that we need to start thinking of and teach our children. The first thing that comes to mind is safety precautions. I always want to bring things down to our community because we are still not at the level where we can criticize and challenge others. Rather, we will use whatever and incidences that happen out there and draw life lessons from it. And that is exactly what I am going to do. Safety precaution. We do not travel by water a lot as South Sudanese, but we travel a lot due to the fact that our children and family members live outside of South Sudan. So we travel a lot by bus and we travel a lot by air. We do school runs and all that kind of thing. Now, with the bus, you cannot really say so much about safety precautions. Just that you have to pick the right bus and move at the right time. Like if you know that the bus is late, don't take it. Especially now that Karuma Falls is having a problem. Pick the early bus so that at least you get to Uganda early in time. If you feel like a driver is driving very fast, the best thing you can do, if you cannot caution them, is to step out of that bus. Make sure that you reach to a place, a safe place. Wherever junction you reach, you feel like you can get another bus. Your life is more important than that money that you have paid. Come out of that bus. Save your life. If you feel like the driver is under influence, come out of that bus. Some of us are moving at night. We pick the taxis that go from Konyo to Nimule, and then we pick the buses that go transnight and reach Kampala around 6. If you feel like you get to Nimule and you don't trust the taxis, do not move. The taxis from Juba to Nimule are moving at a very fast speed. Either caution the driver or come out. We have scenarios, we have cases where the taxis that move from Juba to Nimule cost a lot of death. I have colleagues, I have friends and people that I know who just lost their lives like that. Now, there is something that I have always observed when we travel by plane. For those of us, I don't know, I have not used other airlines so much, but Ethiopian Airline and Uganda Airline, especially when we are leaving from South Sudan. There is a way we just look at it as if we are using a bus, and you find that when they are giving safety instructions, people are talking, people are on their phone, people are busy doing their own thing. And I know that most of us don't even know what to do when something happens up in the air. Majority of us probably don't even know the safety rules. But please, pay attention when they are giving safety instruction. There are these people who sit next to the exit doors, and normally you find the flight attendants will come and talk to them. Some of them even don't pay attention. Sometimes we take things for granted until something happens to us. Please, when we go out there and we take those cruises, Lake Victoria, we have cases that happen there also when the boats capsized. Please remember your life jackets. Another thing we need to think about is to train our children how to swim. It is very important. Now, that is under safety precautions. The second thing is emergency preparedness. How much are you prepared in case of emergency? Talk of somebody is choking. Talk of an outbreak of war, rain. There is an El Nino recently in Kenya. It can be natural disaster, something, anything can happen. How prepared are you in life? With God, you don't know when you are going to die. So we just be ready. I have this person who always say, be ready so that you don't get ready. Meaning, when something happens, you are not running around trying to get ready. You are ready. So you know how to tackle it. Emergency contacts. Somebody has collapsed. Do you know the quickest exit that you can come out of wherever it is that you are? Your children, you are not in Uganda all the time. You are not in Kenya all the time. If anything happens at night, do they have a means of reaching the hospital? Is there a nearby clinic that they can run to for at least a first aid care? If they have no money, something happens, do they have somebody they can quickly call? If something happens to you, you are not able to transfer money. Is there somebody that they can reach to quickly to get the money? Emergency preparedness, especially for those of us who are parenting remotely, parenting from a distance. It is important that you have all these things ready. Teach your children how to rescue a situation, rescue themselves, even in your absence. That is what I have learned from the tragedy that befell our famous actor, John Paul. People have said so many things about his death. It was a lot. I didn't want to talk about him around this particular time because as a new person on social platform, I felt like I wasn't confident enough to talk about his case, his situation. Number two, when I come online, I don't do it for monetary purpose. Because first of all, South Sudan, we are not paid for whatever activities we do online. I do it with a heart of enlightening my community. And I felt like this is now the right time to talk about it because from the way he has portrayed himself as a husband, as a father, as a good actor, and as a good citizen of Nigeria, I am very sure he would want his life to be used to better the lives of our children and our life. That is how his legacy will live on. And that's why I'm talking about it today. I just want to put that disclaimer so that there is no misunderstanding. And if you are watching this video right now, whatever it is that you put in the comment section, please put it with that consideration. Let us be sensitive because a life has been lost. As a father, as a husband, we need to honor him and we need to accord him that respect. My condolence and prayer will always go to the family at large, to the wife and to the children. I want to thank the person who has agreed to pay the school fees of these children until the point that they would wish to stop, and that is e-money. He is one of the wealthiest Nigerian youngsters, and God will reward him abundantly. So the third thing that I want to talk about is for us to acknowledge the risks that is involved in some of the things that we do. We really go through a lot. I am very sure if there was no good reason, he would not have gone to where it is that he was going. The last video he put out, he was even mentioning to people, do you see the kind of risk that we go through to entertain you? And he was talking to his fans. We need to acknowledge that. We need to know that some of the things that we do, they are very risky. In May also, there was an issue with internet, and I remember an email came to us in the office saying that the people who are going under the sea to go and fix it will reach the point of where this thing is supposed to be done on 26th of May. So now look, there are people who go underground. They do that. They go underground to go and fix something that will benefit all of us. You are watching this because somebody has gone under the sea to fix this. We need to acknowledge that, and we need to respect those people who portray, who put out the act of heroism to serve communities and to better lives of other people. I am sure the movie he was going to act would have mentally healed someone. Somebody would have laughed about it. Somebody would have learned something about it. He put his life at risk to help somebody. Do you know that laughter is good for the soul? Laughter actually relieves people of stress and depression. So he was doing his own part to ensure that we are happy and we are kept entertained. The third one is to acknowledge some of the risks that people take in ensuring that they participate and impact the livelihood of the different communities. Now, this is on the side of the lives relations. Three things that we learn. The first one is the safety precaution. The second one is emergency preparedness. And the third one is to acknowledge the risk that people take in impacting lives. Another thing is life skills. Members, we need to start training our children, even ourselves, to learn how to do certain things in order to survive better. The first one is first aid. Train your children how to respond to certain situations. Assuming somebody has collapsed, or somebody is convulsing, or somebody is not breathing, what can they do? How can they rescue the situation? So first aid is very key survival skill that we need to learn. Another thing is decision making. By the way, decision making is a survival life skill. For instance, if something happened to you, what do you do at that point? You are kidnapped. What do you do? A child, you get lost. What do you do? The decision that you take at that moment will help you, will save your life. I want to use this example. It might sound painful, but assuming our late actor goes to the site and sees that there is no life jacket and says, I am not going. That decision would have saved his life. That decision would have saved the life of those ones who died in that boat that same time. So we need to instill decision making as a life skill in the life of our children. Yeah? The third thing that we need to also teach our children is home maintenance. That involves plumbing, a gas cooker is not working, a stove is not, a flat iron is not working, water is not running, blocking of the toilet, tire is deflated and you are not able to reach a mechanic faster, adding water in the vibrator. When you are traveling, disconnecting. And I learned it the hard way. I traveled for a very long time. I did not disconnect the battery of the car. So when I came back, the battery drained completely, and it has made me incur more cost in acquiring a new battery. So that is a life skill. In case you are not able to get somebody, what can you do? Those small things we can do. Personally, I change a tire. Speed, because I live alone. I used to stay alone. Now, at least with my baby, I have some people around. But when I was alone, I wake up in the morning, I cannot get a mechanic. As early as 6:30, I change my tire and I go to the office. I can change engine oil by myself. That is not because I want to compete with a man or I am trying to. I do it if I don't have any other person to help me at that point. Your car breaks down in the middle of nowhere. Are you going to sleep there at night? No, you will do something in order to save the situation. So this home maintenance is also very important for us to learn as a life skill. Empathy and kindness, very important. Let's say you had an accident. Do you just run away, or you try to call for help for those one who you had problems with? I want to bring to light some of the arguments that some of the Nigerians made when this boat capsized, the boat that killed John Paul. One particular person moved away from the side with the boat that rescued him and dropped him somewhere. He went and showered, apparently, and now went to the police. Now, a person who has a milk of human kindness would not even think of running away from there. The fact that he was already rescued and he was in the boat, he would have turned around to say, let's wait around to see how to help those ones who are inside the water. Now that is empathy and that is kindness. You don't just think about yourself alone. At that point, lives are in your hand. Do you just drop them because for you, you are safe, or you do something? You don't even have to get involved. You can even just lie in the boat because yes, you already traumatized. You are even probably vibrating. You are shivering. Lie down inside that boat. But tell those ones who are capable, call somebody. If it means yelling for whichever boat that is there, those divers, let them go down there. Shout, do something so that somebody can do something and rescue the others. We don't know what exactly happened. I was not there, but I'm just thinking, if there was anything else they could have done rather than going for being taken out of the water to go and shower, then after that going to the police to report a case. That would have delayed even if there was a problem. I wish even they took him to go and call for the divers at that particular time. Maybe one or two people would have been saved. So let's go back. What am I saying? I'm saying when you empathize, when you have that milk of human kindness, you have the capacity of saving lives. So this is a life skill, a survival skill that every parent should instill and train in our children. There is nothing more important than training a child to feel what other people are feeling and to train our kids how to be kind to one another. Another thing is financial literacy. You know, one of the biggest problems we have as South Sudanese is we are spenders. If you look at some nice houses, some good cars, very lavish cars, and you see where it is being parked, in most cases, the fence is made out of bamboo. We like spending and we are poor at saving and investment. So we need to train our kids how to manage finances, how to earn our money, how to save our money, and how to spend our money. These are life skills that we need to instill in the life of our children. The next thing we have to teach our children is communication skill. One of the biggest challenges we have as South Sudanese is our communication. We do not have this diplomacy when it comes to communication. And you find that even when we have a point, people don't take us serious. People take us for granted because we talk as if we are fighting. You see, we talk as if we are quarreling. We need to train our children to speak calmly, to speak effectively. Why? When they are calm, when they speak well, they will be able to communicate whatever issues that they have. And that is a life skill. You might be communicating something very important, but if it is not constructively put out, people might not get it. And that information that you're communicating will just fall to the ground and nothing will be done on it. And I think one of the issues that makes us the way we are is because we are reactive rather than proactive. We know something is wrong, we do not talk. By the way, South Sudanese, we are very loud, but we are not communicators. We are loud. Also, all of us, most of us are loud. We make a lot of noise, but we communicate very little. Because in most cases, people only hear the noise, but they do not really hear exactly what it is that we are trying to put across. So we need to check the way we communicate, and we need to improve on it as grown-ups, as parents, how we communicate to our children, because they learn from us. If you are a parent and you're communicating very well, yours is sorted, because children don't even listen to what you're saying. They will observe how you're doing it, and that is how you follow. I saw a video clip recently of one lady that is trending on social media, and somebody brought a clip of that lady appreciating the mother. She's called Saida Bodge, Saida something. And the mother is a fast speaker. I kept wondering why that lady speaks like that. When I heard the mother communicating, I concluded. I said, oh, she picked it from the mother. So the way we communicate has a very serious impact on our children's life and the way they will also turn around and start communicating. Very important. So we need to train our children proper communication as one of the survival skills. The last one is cooking. Cooking is one of the life skills that we need to instill in our children so that at least they can help themselves in the absence of whoever that is there that is used to doing things for them in terms of what to use and that kind of thing. And then the eighth one and the final one is self-defense and personal safety. We need to train our kids how to defend themselves in times of adversities. For instance, girls. We have girls who are raped just because they were ashamed to scream. Train your kids to shout if they have to, so that they can get the necessary help that they need. Let us train our children how to trust with caution. We don't just trust people because yesterday I saw so and so, the other uncle moving with my mom or talking to my mom. So whatever it is that they say, you go with it. Train children how to fight for themselves in case their lives are in danger. Very important. Personal safety, very, very important. Wait for the right opportunity in order to take a step. Having telephone numbers off head, just in case you are in a place. How do you put signals so that you can be identified, you can be reached? Right on your arm, just in case they find you and you are unconscious. How do they identify that you are the one? You know, all these things. If you get lost or you are kidnapped, Do you have your mother, your father's phone number off head, emergency contact off head, so that if they are in a place and they want to reach home, they know? There are children who don't even know their full the names of the full name of their parents. So teach children self-defense techniques and awareness of their surroundings. Remember, Junior Pop's passing serves as a reminder to prioritize safety, appreciate life, and equip ourselves and our children with essential life skills. May his soul rest in peace. I wish his wife and children good health. Until then, bye.